My friend pushed me into cheating on my boyfriend and then ended up with him. I don't even know how to start writing this. Maybe because I feel ashamed, maybe because I'm confused, or perhaps because I still haven't fully understood how I ended up here. I never imagined I'd find myself in a situation like this. I always thought I was crystal clear about what loyalty and fidelity meant in a relationship. But now everything feels like a maze I'm not sure I can escape without hurting everyone I love. I'm 25 and I'd been with my boyfriend, let's call him Austin, for 2 years. He's also 25. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but until everything happened I considered it stable. With him I always felt calm, a kind of security I'd never experienced in past relationships. Austin is responsible, patient, and extremely affectionate with me. Sometimes I even felt he was too good, as if he didn't have any truly serious flaws. Of course we argued, but never anything bad enough to make me think about ending it. What always impressed me about him was that, at his age, he already owned his own house and car. He doesn't live in luxury, but he's managed to get organized and work hard. That stability always made me admire him, especially because I'm still figuring out so many things in my own life. With him, I felt like I could build a future. At the same time, I have my best friend. Let's call her Sophia. We met at university and became inseparable during our first semesters. Ever since, we've done almost everything together. Trips, projects, family problems, breakups. I saw her almost like a sister. I trusted her in a way I've rarely trusted anyone. What happened between us and everything it triggered made me question how well I really knew Sophia, and, even worse, made me question myself. The story started a few months ago, on one of those quiet nights when we went out for drinks after work. Sophia and I had a habit of meeting at least once a week, no matter how busy we were. That day we went to a little bar we loved, soft music, low tables. We drank wine and ordered some food. The conversation began as usual: work, social media, gossip about mutual friends. But as the glasses piled up, Sophia got more direct, the way she does when she drinks. She started asking about Austin, how the relationship was going, about our sex life. I felt a bit uncomfortable, but it wasn't the first time we talked about that stuff, so I answered honestly. I told her Austin and I were fine, that I loved him, but sometimes I felt like the spark was missing. Not anything huge, just that routine had caught up with us. Work, home, sleep, repeat. Nothing that couldn't be fixed with a little effort from both sides. Sophia laughed and said something I didn't take too seriously at the time. You're getting bored. And boredom is dangerous. Then she added, in a tone I couldn't quite read, sometimes all a girl needs is to try something different. I just smiled and didn't think much of it. That was just Sophia being her slightly wild self. But in the following days, that conversation kept circling in my head. A few weeks later, Sophia invited me to a party. I'm not big on crowded places, but she insisted so much that I agreed. Austin had to work that night, so I went alone with her. The party was packed, loud music, alcohol everywhere. Sophia was in her element, dancing, talking to everyone, laughing like there was no tomorrow. I was more reserved, just keeping her company, planning not to drink much because I had things to do the next day. At one point, Sophia introduced me to a friend of hers. Let's call him Marcos. He was attractive, funny, very confident. He started talking to me with an ease that threw me off a bit. I tried to keep my distance, but Sophia kept pushing the conversation further, saying things like, "Look, you two would make a cute couple. See how he makes you laugh? You needed that." If Austin doesn't step up, this one's going to steal you." She said it laughing, but I was starting to feel uncomfortable. I didn't want to give the wrong impression to Marcos or anyone else. Still, Sophia's insistence kept me there instead of walking away like I should have. Marcos asked me to dance. I said no at first, but Sophia practically shoved me onto the dance floor, saying it was no big deal, just fun. I gave in. We danced a couple of songs. Nothing physical happened beyond that, but there was a tension. And the worst part was that Sophia was watching the whole time with a smile, like she was enjoying every second. When we got back to the table, she whispered something that froze me. "I saw you smile in a way you haven't smiled with Austin in ages." That night I went home with a strange feeling. Nothing serious had happened, but an alarm had gone off inside me. Why did I feel bad if I'd only danced? Why did Sophia's words bother me so much? And above all, why did part of me think she was right? After that, things changed. Every time we met, Sophia found a way to bring it up again. That I was too young to settle, that life is short, that I shouldn't limit myself. She even said cheating wasn't the end of the world, that it didn't mean I didn't love Austin, that it could just be an experience for myself. At first it annoyed me. I told her no, that wasn't me, that I could never do that to someone who trusted me. She'd just laugh and change the subject, but she always came back to it. It was like she planted a seed and kept watering it little by little. And although it hurts to admit, that seed eventually started to grow. I remember one specific afternoon that marked a turning point. We were at her apartment watching a movie. She'd opened a bottle of wine, and we were relaxed on the couch. Inevitably, the conversation turned to Austin again. I was tired of the same topic, so half joking, half serious, I said, "Enough already. It's like you want me to cheat on him." She looked me straight in the eyes and answered, "It's not that I want you to, it's that I think you need to." An uncomfortable silence followed. I laughed nervously, waiting for her to say she was kidding. She didn't. Instead, she spoke with a seriousness that threw me. "I know you better than anyone. I know when you feel trapped even if you don't say it. And right now you are trapped, you just don't see it." I tried to defend Austin, our relationship, myself. But Sophia always had an answer ready, a way to twist my words. We ended up arguing a bit, and I went home confused, feeling like something was very wrong. In the days that followed, I tried to distance myself. I didn't reply to her messages right away. I avoided seeing her as much. But Sophia knew how to get close again. She texts things like, "I just want the best for you. Don't forget you're free. Don't let anyone tie you down." And those phrases started mixing with my own insecurities. Yes, I loved Austin, but I couldn't deny the routine was weighing on us. I couldn't deny that sometimes I wondered if there was more out there. And there was Sophia constantly reminding me of that idea. I don't know how I let everything happen so fast. Part of me still wants to believe it wasn't my fault, that Sophia pushed so hard I simply fell. But deep down I know that even if she influenced me, I still had the choice to say no, and I didn't. The night of the party was the breaking point. Sophia had insisted I come because I needed to unwind. Austin was busy with work, so she convinced me there was nothing wrong with going out with my best friend. The party was at a friend of hers' house, loud music, dim lights, bottles everywhere. I tried not to drink too much, but Sophia kept refilling my glass every time it was empty, laughing like it was the most normal thing. Marcos was there too. Ever since I'd met him, Sophia never missed a chance to put us together. That night he came over with that confident smile and comments that made me feel nervous and guilty at the same time. We danced, we laughed, and with every drink the line I'd sworn never to cross started to blur. I can't pinpoint the exact moment it happened. I just know that suddenly we were in a room, away from the music and the crowd. What happened next was quick, almost inevitable, as if my brain had shut off and only guilt remained, growing in my chest. When it was over, I felt empty, no excitement, no joy, just an unbearable weight. And the worst part, Sophia was waiting for me in the living room with a look that made my skin crawl. She didn't seem surprised or worried. She looked satisfied. "See? No big deal," she whispered, as if comforting me. "It was just one night, just a mistake. No one ever has to know." I couldn't even answer. I barely made it home that morning and cried myself to sleep. The next day, Sophia showed up at my place with coffee and pastries, acting like nothing had happened. I was wrecked, eyes swollen, a lump in my throat that wouldn't let me speak. She sat next to me, hugged me, and repeated over and over, "It's okay, really. This doesn't define who you are or how you feel about Austin. It's just our little secret." I cried in her arms, trying to believe her, clinging to the idea that I could hide it and move on. But that peace lasted only hours. Then I got a call from Austin. When I picked up, his voice was like I'd never heard it. Tense, broken, full of anger. "What did you do?" he yelled. I froze. I didn't understand how he knew. I barely managed a what? He cut me off. "Don't pretend. I saw everything." My blood ran cold. The floor disappeared beneath me. All I could ask was, "What did you see?" He answered, "The photos." In that moment I understood. Sophia. She'd been at the party and somehow taken pictures. My best friend, the person I trusted most, had decided to hand proof of my mistake to the man I loved. I hung up and a heart-wrenching sob tore out of me, not just for what I'd done, but for the double betrayal I was living. Without thinking, I grabbed my keys and drove to Sophia's apartment. I didn't knock. I burst in. She was in the living room, as if she'd been waiting for me. "Why did you do it?" I screamed, voice breaking. She barely smiled, like everything was under control. Something inside me snapped. I don't even remember moving, but I slapped her across the face. The sound echoed in my head. She pushed me back, and seconds later we were pulling each other's hair, screaming, rolling on the floor. That's when Sophia spat out the confession that destroyed me completely. "Did you really think I never wanted Austin for myself? From the moment you met him, I knew he was the kind of man I needed, stable, hardworking, with a secure future. He's the path to success, and you never appreciated him." I froze. She kept going, with contempt I'd never seen from her. "You're immature. You don't deserve a man like him. And if I have to be the one to prove it, I will." I didn't know what to do. I was furious, terrified, confused. But before I could react, Sophia pulled out her phone, turned on the front camera, and started recording a video. Fake tears streamed down her face as she spoke in a pleading voice. "Austin, help me, please. Sophia came here and hit me. Look what she did to my face. Austin, I need you. I'm sorry. I didn't want to ruin everything, but I couldn't stand seeing her cheat on you when you're so good to her." I tried to grab the phone, but she turned the camera toward me and said in a trembling voice, "Sophia, friend, I'm sorry, but my conscience wouldn't let me hide it anymore. We can still be friends." Then she flipped it back to herself and whimpered dramatically, "Austin, she's getting more aggressive. She'll only stop if you come. Forgive her. It was probably just a one-night mistake." Before I could do anything, she sent the video straight to Austin. Then she looked at me with a cruel smile. Now you'll see how your boyfriend comes running to defend me. Men love playing the hero for the helpless girl. And once you're gone, he'll stay to comfort me, talking about what a monster his ex was. And maybe, she paused for effect, who knows, something more might happen that night while I console the poor guy with the broken heart. Her laugh pierced my soul. In a surge of rage, I slapped her so hard the sound echoed through the room. I didn't wait to see her reaction. I ran out of her apartment, tears falling uncontrollably. Less than 20 minutes later, my phone rang. It was Austin. I answered with my heart pounding, hoping for a chance to explain. But all I heard was his cold, cutting voice. "Stay away from us." Those words destroyed me more than anything else. Us. As if he'd already chosen her. As if I'd been relegated to the villain in a story Sophia had written for her own convenience. I sat in silence, phone in hand, listening as the call ended. The screen went dark, and my whole world collapsed. 6 months have passed since that day that still haunts me every night when I close my eyes. 6 months of silence, absence, memories that burn inside me like embers that never die out. I thought time would heal me, that the pain would slowly fade and my life would somehow find its way again. But today, when I opened Facebook, everything came crashing down once more. I saw it. I saw something I never thought I'd see in my life. Austin and Sophia together. A photo so brazen, so shameless, that I still can't believe it's real. They're hugging, smiling like nothing ever happened, like my story with him never existed. Sophia is holding a bouquet of flowers. Flowers he surely bought her, the same kind he used to give me on our anniversaries. And to top it off, what broke my heart the most wasn't the photo itself, but the caption Sophia wrote. "I love you. Day one of forever." In that moment I felt a knot in my throat, then a horrible pain in my stomach. I had to run to the bathroom and threw up, as if all the poison I'd been carrying for months had finally found a way out. It had never happened to me before. It was like my body was rebelling against me, unable to process the betrayal I was seeing with my own eyes. 6 months, and they're already officially together? How long had it really been going on? Was that night she consoled, me at the party, actually the start of her plan? Had she been plotting this from the beginning? Today all those questions are killing me. The worst part is that the post had hundreds of comments from mutual friends congratulating them. "What a beautiful couple. You two deserve the best. Finally together, you can see the love." And there I was, silent, phone in hand, shaking with rage, helplessness, and disgust. Nobody knows what really happened. Nobody knows the hell I went through. To everyone else, Sophia is the loyal friend who was always there, the one who sacrificed herself to tell Austin the truth when I cheated. That's the story she told, the role she played perfectly, the martyr whose conscience wouldn't let her stay silent. And of course I'm the villain, the immature one who didn't know how to value a good, stable man. I remember every word she said that afternoon when she hit me with her betrayal disguised as morality. "You don't deserve him, I do. He's my path to success." And now, looking at that photo, I realize she got exactly what she wanted. The bitch did it. I feel used, manipulated, destroyed. And what hurts most isn't that Austin left me. It's that he never believed me. He never gave me a chance to explain what really happened. He preferred Sophia's version, her fake tears and her perfect acting in that video, over trusting me, the woman he'd shared years of his life with. It torments me to think that while I was drowning in tears, trying to understand what I'd done wrong, the two of them were probably already getting closer, comforting each other. And now, 6 months later, they're showing the world they're a couple. Don't they feel any shame? Doesn't their cynicism burn? Today I decided to write this because I need to get it off my chest. I can't keep carrying this poison alone. And above all, I want other girls to read it and understand how dangerous it can be to trust a friend blindly. I fell into that trap. Sophia was my confidant, my shoulder to cry on, the one who told me everything would be okay. And at the same time, she was laying the groundwork to take what I loved most. The irony is that she used to say she loved me like a sister. What kind of sister steals her sister's boyfriend? What kind of friend waits for her friend to make a mistake just to swoop in and take what she had? That's not friendship. That's betrayal in its purest form. And Austin, I guess he was never able to see past the surface. Maybe he never loved me as much as I thought. Maybe what he really wanted was someone exactly like Sophia, someone who fits perfectly into his world, someone mature in his eyes, someone who isn't a challenge but a guarantee. He always said he valued stability, that he admired people with clear plans and a defined vision. And Sophia, with her mask of perfection, presented herself as exactly the woman he wanted. I'm not going to lie, I made a mistake. I cheated on him that night at the party, and I hate myself for it. I hate myself because I know I'm the one who opened the door for all of this. But making a mistake is one thing, being stabbed in the back by someone who swore she was your friend is another. Asking for forgiveness is one thing. Being buried under lies and manipulation so someone else can shine on your ruins is completely different. Today, as I write this, I don't want him back. I don't want Austin anymore, not after everything. Not after seeing how quickly he chose to believe someone else over me. What I feel is rage, helplessness, and enormous sadness. I feel like they stole not just a boyfriend but a friend too, and with that they took huge pieces of my trust in people. This is my warning. Girls, don't let yourselves be manipulated by those perfect friends who pretend to support you but secretly envy everything you have. Don't be blind like I was, because when you least expect it, you might discover that the person closest to you is the one who most wants to see you fall. Sophia got what she wanted. She has Austin now. She parades him on social media like a trophy, as if their story started in the purest, most beautiful way. But I know the truth. I know it was all built on betrayal, fake tears, and the dirtiest manipulation imaginable. And even if they're happy now, even if the whole world congratulates them, I can't stop thinking that a relationship born from lies will end in lies. They say what starts wrong ends wrong. I cling to that idea. Maybe one day, whenever or however, Austin will open his eyes and see who Sophia really is. Maybe he'll realize that the same woman who swore loyalty to him was capable of stabbing her best friend in the back. And maybe then, for the first time, he'll remember what he lost with me. In the meantime, I'm still trying to put myself back together, still trying to regain trust in myself, even though on days like today, everything collapses again. I just hope my story serves some purpose, that at least one person reads it and says, I won't let this happen to me, because in the end, all I have left is to share my truth.